JL Rock, percent off collector. We're here with another action figure unboxing review, and today we're going to be looking at the McFarlane Gold Label collection for the Batman New Adventures. And this is cool because I grew up watching this back in the day, and I remember this episode basically where you had the girls, and well, actually, there's another one that had it was like I think it was Harley Quinn in there as well, but this was pretty cool. I loved the way they did these figures, especially Livewire. I always thought that she was a pretty cool character in that. And I also got this, of course, at a pretty good, decent sale at Amazon at the time, and I'll tell you about that a little bit later. But you can see here in the box, you got the figures, has the stands on it, and then in the back you have some of the artwork that's just straight out of the show. So let's get this thing open and take a look. Alright, so we got the main gals there. So this is going to be added to my Women of Action figure collection. And, you know, I collect a lot of different figures, but I specialize in female figures. So I'm always on the lookout for any that look cool and would be a nice addition to my collection. And this definitely fits the bill. So let me show you the accessories that come with it. But just a quick reminder, we're trying to hit our first 1,000 subscribers. So if you like these kind of videos, just short and sweet, and just, you know, enjoying and having fun with this stuff, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button as well, because we got lots of videos. So this is cool. You can see here that it has the 3 different stands, and I like these stands actually, because sometimes, you know, some of those wider base stands, especially someone like me who is more of a volume collector looking for a discount, you end up, you know, not having a lot of space. So in one hand, these are more like that stand, you know, like you could almost like a flight stand, but still, I think it's cool. I mean, the base is a decent size, and these are smaller type figures, so it's not that big of a deal to have this type with it. And I actually have a little growing collection of these, I guess murals you would call it. Oh, I didn't realize that this had little twist type plastic behind it. That's interesting. So I actually have a collection of these, and oh, I didn't realize it was more than one. So that's cool. So I mean, these, like, I mean, they look like direct prints from the show, which is really nice. So honestly, like I said, I have a bunch of these from other McFarlanes that I've collected, and you really could end up putting together, you know, a nice little collage of these, you know, for your wall or something. So that's pretty cool that it has 3 of them. So you see down here, you have the rest of the stands. So as I said, basically, kind of like flight stand-esque, I guess. Because of this, when you put it together, which I mean, pretty simple, you'll be able to have it flying. Is it like that? I think it's a different way you can do it, but I'll check that out. Right, so now we have them out, and so you can see right here that they don't have any pegs on the bottom and small feet. So I mean, it makes sense that you have the stands to go with it. So I totally understand that. But the figures themselves are really cool. I mean, like I said, small but articulated, and you can see here you get the different hands and stuff that you can swap this out. But this is the classic Supergirl costume from that show, and I mean, it's simple as far as design. I mean, but again, this is how it looked on the show, so I don't really have a problem with that. It looks, as far as the articulation is pretty nice. Obviously with the hair back here, it's going to be a little bit less, but I mean, even when turning it, it can go over the shoulder, so that's nice. Not too much up and down, but I mean, enough. And we know the hands are removable, but you can see here that you can also turn them up and down, so that's nice. And then of course you have the bending at the elbows, so not double jointed, but I mean, that's fine. Now the back here, just information about the release. Let's see, nothing on the waist, no ab crunch or anything like that. And then bending of the knee. And then you can turn, like, I guess above the ankles, right below the calf area. Doesn't look like there's another cut at the hip or anything to do a turn there. So yeah, so limited articulation and all that, but I mean, it doesn't bother me for the price that I got it, though I can understand people who may have paid more for it. Maybe they would have wanted more. I mean, let me know, those of you who got this, like, what did you think overall? I was just realizing that even though this is adjustable, with her cape, it does kind of make it hard to get this around the waist, but not impossible. Just gotta play around with it. So I guess this is how it would work. But I guess there's other ways. Let me know if I'm doing it wrong. I know you can adjust it at different heights. I also see that you could, looks like there's other places that you could plug it in. I don't know if maybe it works with the other ones or something like that. But basically you can use this for a stand, but for her, I guess it makes it more difficult just because it's hard to get the waist because of her cape. But I guess for the others, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but we have that. And then as for the other ones, pretty much the same. Like I said, I really like Livewire. Her design is cool, you know, same type of articulation and all that, except this one obviously would be easier to place. But I mean, you see, I mean, those tiny feet, like, I mean, my photo box has a slight slant to it, so it's automatically a little bit more difficult, but it really would be harder to get her to stand just on her feet alone, which it's a little unfortunate, because that basically means that you have to use these stands, because otherwise you're not going to be able to have her in a good position. But I guess in this case it fits much easier because she doesn't have the cape or anything. So I mean, you can move it around. In this case, when it goes around her waist, there's actually extra room. So I mean, you could play around with where it goes exactly, but I guess the main thing is that you can get it to stand. But yeah, I gotta see if maybe I can, if I tighten this or something, there's something I can do to make it work better. But overall, don't have a problem with that. Let me see as far as just the removal. I mean, it's going to be the same, so not hard to remove the hand at all. You see the open peg. Oh man, that I thought I might have snapped it, because that's kind of weird how that went in like that, because you see, looks like some extra plastic there. Let me see. There's another one. I think it's the wrong side anyway. Okay, that seems to be better. All right, so yeah, so that's better. But you saw that even on the other one, there was a little bit of imperfection, quality control on like some of the plastic stuff like that. So it's just something to keep an eye on. And then she's the only one that has the effect, which goes with her. And I guess maybe you could remove the hand and then do like something like this underneath, maybe. I don't know, perhaps, and then reconnect the hand. And I guess well, it's a little bit off here, but I guess I could play around with how that works. But I guess you could kind of get it to hold it on one of these here to get the electric move gone, or because I forgot, I admit, I was trying to remember exactly how. I think the electricity just came from her hand, but I think she could control it too from other sources. Because obviously I remember her like using the pole to travel to. So it looks like if you slide it higher up the arm, then you can do more with it. So I guess if I was to do that, yeah, and then slide it up the arm, then you get, it looks a little bit more like she's firing it from her arm. So it's like, I'm trying to see what kind of pivot you get with the underarm, because with her, see, when you turn up here, this here kind of restricts your range of motion. So it's a little bit less as far as articulation. And same thing here. It's like you can bend over at the waist, so that's something, but there's no waist turn. This one does have a turn at the hip though, so that's different. Turn at the hip, but then it's no turn down here at the boot. So this one's slightly different in that regard. So it looks like each one has a little bit different, because this one, well, yeah, I guess you can, oh wow. That's kind of funny that you bend it there. But I mean, basically to get her to bend, it pulls the skirt up, and they didn't even like change the coloring underneath. So that's a little bit concerning. Let's see Poison Ivy. I like that face. It's like that debonair type look. Like evil, but also like she could just not be bothered with you. And that's cool. It looks like this one has that same waist, you know, bend at the waist, but it goes all the way underneath and around, just like with the others. So it looks like they all do bend there, but none have a waist turn. Oh, and oh no, what? And then see, and interesting. So with her, see, now I'm just trying to see, am I missing that? Yeah, okay, so that is me. So it is there. So there's, so it bends forward, backward, not really, but then you have this here so you can kick out. So I guess here, and then you can turn this up. So you can rotate it forward, but not backwards. So I mean, that does open up some more articulation there. So I guess that's the same thing here. Once you're here, you could kind of turn this up. And then with her, same thing, you can't really go back because of here. So then here, it looks like you could turn at the boot, and then of course you can rotate the foot all the way around like that. And then her little less head turn, because it looks like because of her here is even lower here. So overall, I mean, I have to say, for my price point, I didn't have a problem. I got this on sale at Amazon. It was about a little bit over $25 for me. So per figure, you know, you're talking about what, $8 a piece. So that didn't bother me for that. I've seen it anywhere from $60 at its highest. I think this is an Amazon exclusive. I've seen it on eBay for around $50. But I think on Amazon, for the most part, it's been under 40. So I would try and get it around that 35 or less price point for me to say it's worth it. But you know, overall I do like it. I mean, there's a couple of cons. Like I said, you have to use the stands, because these feet, I mean, Supergirl is the only one that you could probably stand up without the stand. I mean, I'm sure people who are really good articulation can get their poses in, but for a lot of us, it's just going to be difficult without the stand. Obviously, there's less articulation to it and stuff like that, and then just the size is not going to scale with many others. I mean, there are those 5-inch and 4.5-inch figures that you can scale this kind of with, but these kind of almost stand alone. But that doesn't bother me, but as a collector, might be something to think about. So I'd say that overall, if you can get that for that price point, pick it up. So I hope you liked this video. Consider giving us a subscribe and a like and all that, and we will be back with another video soon. But until next time, remember the phrase that pays: no discount, no deal. Catch you later. All right, girls, let's hit the town.